dear friends. Remember the fun, puffy children's petticoat I created in one of my previous tutorials? Many of you commented and asked if I could make an adult version. And of course, I couldn't say no to my favorite crowd. So, I made the adult version. In this tutorial, I'll take you through the process step by step with some additional tips and tricks along the way. I'll cover fabric choices, cutting and sewing the petticoat, different fullness options, and finally, I'll show you how to style and wear it with a dress. And as always, I've also created a sewing pattern for you. The adult pattern includes 2 styles, knee length and T-length, with 3 sizes for each. You can find the pattern through the link below. First, let's cover the fabrics. Petticoats can be made from a variety of fabrics. The most commonly used are different types of net and tulle, organza, and sometimes cotton. You can make the entire petticoat using the same fabric for all layers, or combine several different fabrics in one petticoat, depending on the look, volume, and movement you want to achieve. For this petticoat, I combined 2 different fabrics, cotton voile for some of the layers and semi-stiff net for the others. I chose to include cotton because I designed this petticoat to complement the floral cotton dress that I'll be styling it with. First, I'll briefly explain the main construction principle behind the petticoat, and then I'll show you the entire process step by step. Petticoats are made entirely from fabric strips. We end up with this beautifully round, full and puffy skirt, yet it all starts with simple rectangular pieces of fabric. How funny is that? The fabric strips are gathered and joined together to create one full skirt layer. We then repeat the same process to make several layers and stack them together to create all that beautiful volume. And that's how our puffy petticoat is constructed. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning. For this petticoat, I used these materials and tools: medium hard tulle / net, cotton voile fabric, lace trimming, thread, elastic band, and sewing machine. I will start by making one skirt layer like this. So first, I need to cut my fabric strips. As I mentioned, the petticoat is constructed entirely from strips of fabric. I'll start by cutting the strips for my first skirt layer, and for this layer, I'll be using cotton voile. The fabric strips must be cut across the width of the fabric, rather than along its length, following the direction of the fabric's grain line. Since fabric is usually around 140 to 150 centimeters, 55 to 60 inches wide, I fold it twice widthwise to reduce the cutting length and make the strips easier to cut, just as shown on the screen. Then, I lay the folded fabric flat on the table and cut out the strips. You can cut the strips using either the provided pattern pieces or the measurement charts. Both options are included with the pattern, so you can choose whichever method you prefer. So, I will pre-cut all of my strips for all tiers before I will move on to sewing. Once I cut them, I join the strips of each tier into one long strip. First I pin all of them, then I will sew with the machine and overlock it. I also overlock the edge of the strip, so it doesn't fray. And after these steps are done, I also iron the seams and the whole strip. The next step is to hem this strip. I just want to note here, I am making the bottom strip here. Always start with the bottom strip. Since I want the bottom of my skirt to have lace edge, I will hem this skirt with lace trimming. In the following steps, I will demonstrate to you how that is done. We take lace trim of our choice, press it if needed, and pin it and sew it with our bottom tier strip. Pin it along the whole length of the strip and then sew it with the machine. After sewing it, press it again. And then we gather the strip. I gather the fabric using my regular domestic sewing machine. You can gather fabric by increasing both the thread tension and the stitch length. I have a separate short video explaining this gathering technique in more detail, so if you'd like to learn more, please check it out. I'll link it for you in the first pinned comment below. The next step is to join the gathered bottom tier strip with not gathered middle tier strip. So we take our gathered strip, place it down on the table with good side facing us, then we take the flat, not gathered strip and place it on top of the gathered strip. We pin them together, aligning them at the top. I usually pin just the first few inches to secure the fabrics together. Then I take everything to the machine, and after sewing those first pinned inches, I continue the rest without pins. I lay the gathered strip flat, place the ungathered piece on top, align them at the top, and sew the seam. I work through the entire length this way, bit by bit. And once these two tiers sewed together, then we gather the second tier at the top. Then we repeat the previous step. We add the flat piece of the final, third tier to the gathered second tier. And after that is sewn, we gather the third tier. After this process, we have one complete skirt layer, like this. In the picture, you can see it forming a full circle. That is how it looks once the side opening has been sewn together. Before closing the side, the skirt layer looks like this. I'll sew the side seams a little later. So, this is our first skirt layer, made from cotton voile. One skirt layer alone doesn't create enough fullness for the look I want. I'd like my petticoat to be fuller and puffier, so I'll make a couple more skirt layers in exactly the same way. So, let's quickly recap the process once more. First, we cut the bottom, middle, and top strips and separate them into 3 piles. Then, we join the strips in each pile together to create 3 long strips. Next, we add lace to the bottom strip and gather it. We attach the ungathered middle strip to the gathered bottom strip, then gather the middle strip. After that, we attach the ungathered top strip to the gathered middle strip, and finally gather the top strip. And that's how one 3-tier skirt layer is constructed. We can make as many of these skirt layers as we like, depending on how much fullness we want. For my petticoat, I chose to make 3 skirt layers, because wanted to create a really full, puffy effect at the bottom, like this. So I made 2 skirt layers from cotton voile and 1 from semi-stiff net. The net creates more volume and helps puff out the petticoat, while the 2 cotton voile layers still give me the soft cotton look I was aiming for. So the next step, guys, is to join these 3 skirt layers into one puffy petticoat skirt. I will show you how it's done now. First, we need to determine how wide the top of the skirt should be, as this will form the waistline. Since I'm making the petticoat with an elastic waistband, it needs to be wide enough to comfortably pull over the hips. Measure your hip circumference and add approximately 10 centimeters/4 inches. This will be the required width of the petticoat waistline. Then, adjust the waistline of each skirt to this measurement. All 3 skirt layers should have the same width at the top. You can easily adjust the width by pulling the gathering threads. When gathering the top tier of each skirt layer, always leave long thread tails at both ends and do not backstitch. This allows you to easily pull the threads and adjust the waistline to the required width. Once all 3 skirt layers have been adjusted to the correct waist measurement, I will layer them on top of each other and will join them together into one skirt. As I mentioned, I have 2 cotton voile layers and 1 net layer, so I will place the net layer in the middle. First, I lay 1 cotton voile skirt flat with the right side facing up. Then I place the net skirt on top, also with the right side facing up. I align the 2 layers at the waistline, pin them together, and sew them in place with the machine. I recommend joining 2 layers first, and then adding the 3rd layer. This makes the layers much easier to align and manage while sewing. Then I add the 3rd layer, which is another cotton voile skirt. Again, I align it carefully at the waistline, pin it in place, and sew it with the machine. Now, all 3 skirt layers are joined together, and from this point on, they will be handled as one skirt. I will be adding the waistband next. The waistband is made from another fabric strip. Its length should match the waistline of the skirt. You can choose the width of the waistband, but I generally recommend making it fairly wide so that it sits securely and comfortably at the waist. I aimed my waistband to be at least 5 to 6 centimeters /2 to 2.5 inches wide. That's why I cut my waistband strip 14 centimeters, 5.5 inches wide. First, I attach it to the waistline of the skirt. Then I fold the waistband in half to create the casing for the elastic. I pin it in place and sew along the waistline again, securing the folded waistband and forming the elastic casing. You can create one casing if you're using a wide elastic band, or sew additional rows of stitching to create 2 or 3 separate channels for narrower elastic bands. I created 3 channels because I only had narrower elastic on hand. As you may have noticed, I attached the waistband while the skirt was still open and lying flat, before joining it into a circle. It is much easier to attach the waistband this way, so I recommend doing the same. Once the waistband is attached, fold the skirt and sew the side opening closed. Sew the side seam of each skirt layer separately so that each layer can move freely and independently. After closing the side seam of each layer, I recommend overlocking the seams for a clean and neat finish. And that's what it takes to make a petticoat. You can make it with 1, 2, 3, or even 4 or 5 skirt layers. It's entirely up to you and depends on how much fullness and volume you want to achieve. For the final look, I want to style the petticoat with the dress so you can get a better idea of how it can actually be worn. I'm going for a summery floral, 1950s inspired look. I will use this floral cotton material. I've cut a basic circle skirt, and I'll drape the bodice directly on the mannequin. As I mentioned, this is just a quick mock-up dress, not an elaborate finished garment. The purpose is simply to visualize the overall look and show how the petticoat works underneath the dress. And here's my dress. Let's try it on. And that brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more sewing tutorials and creative projects. And don't forget to check out the pattern. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy sewing!